early in spring. So
The pool,
don't have the pool done yet.
that'll go behind it, won't it?
That'll be behind it. Yep. Yep. More people starting houses though. So
Are there?
yeah.
Who's your, I mean, is it all one builder or is it?
October 23rd, 2025.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Right, so stormwater?
Well, you want to do drainage board first?
Am I out of order? Hang on.
This one first.
Thank you. Okay. So approval of the minutes from the October 15th, 2025 meeting.
Make a motion to approve.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And claims?
Make a motion to approve $684.65.
I'll second that. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any other business?
One item under other business, as recommended by the last meeting, I believe Maury served notice to the homeowner association on Halston Manor regarding the basin. So there was a letter sent out, and I'll let Maury elaborate if he wants to.
It's the standard letter. It says periods of time each year from December 15th to March 1st that they've got to open the valve and drain down the detention facilities to expose our inlets so we don't have standing water in the municipal systems drains.
Did anybody respond?
No.
I know you've said in the past that it's just kind of a letter that goes out and
Now,
you
didn't
never
you?
hear anything.
I think 1 year after there had been a change in the presidency, 1 year, I did meet with the president at that time. He is no longer the president. This is a new president. And I've addressed it to him and sent it to the post office box. So
How long does he have to respond?
he doesn't. I didn't ask for a response. I never have asked for a response. The actions really speak louder than the words. We wanted to see the gate open, the sluice gate.
So when they don't open the gate,
Yeah,
What do we do
if
then?
December the 15th, they haven't opened the valve, we need somebody to tell the board.
Yeah, either Dennis's office or mine will go down there and
Okay,
put it on our calendar for December 15th.
okay.
Do we need to do
Maybe
anything
both
with
of
that?
us.
Give you the okay to do it, or you just gonna
and
do it?
then if the valve isn't open by that date, I guess if we had a drought and the lake was, or the detention facility was lower than the inputs, the inlets, they wouldn't have to open the gate, but otherwise they have to open the valve and drain it down. If they don't, and that's what the inspection shows, it needs to be discussed at the board meeting following December 15th.
So we do have to discuss it again. We can't just go. open
If
it.
they fail to open the valve, we have to discuss
But
it
that's
for
the
sure.
history of what they've done, right?
Well, it's been opened at the beginning of the time. They go out there on December the 15th and open it, but then it seems like it's closed.
We've had a few issues.
Yeah,
Do they do that just because they want the lake?
it's pretty.
He said
pretty.
it's
That's
prettier.
what
It's pretty.
Maybe they
Oh,
want to
that's
ice
nice.
skate.
They believe that the
That's a
full
phrase,
lake
I know.
enhances their property
property value.
values.
Okay.
Because that's the purpose of
The lake.
Well, the basin,
No, the basin
basin
serves
is a
an
retention
engineering
basin,
purpose.
but
Yeah.
there is aesthetics to it,
Sure.
but it wasn't aesthetic enough to their liking.
The capacity, the subdivision was approved with the drainage, with the capacity of the lake
At a certain elevation.
at a certain elevation. They raised the
Raised it about 3.5 feet and inadvertently backed water up into our drainage system accordingly,
okay, I do remember this.
which caused problems during freeze thaw events.
And it reduced the storage capacity
Of the basin.
of the basin, which defeats the engineering purpose for installing it to begin with.
Yeah.
As you know, they're supposed to have no effect on the water leaving the property. The difference between pre-construction and post-construction is to be zero.
Okay.
That's the test.
One other item before we move out of drainage board, I know there's someone in the audience. If you want to come to the podium, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Jordan Eigner, Eigner Engineering, here to speak about Lexington. And I see I'm not on the agenda, so I appreciate you allowing me to come up. I did reach out to some members of your board. So this is, and I know it's also later in the evening on commissioners as well. So just thought it prudent to come. Mike Head didn't plan. He's the bank president for First Federal. He didn't plan on coming to this meeting, but I do believe he's coming on the next one. And before these boards, it's basically we're just trying to get acceptance. We've done a lot of work out there, and we appreciate your patience. I know we all want a finality, I think, here. I did talk to our surveyor, Mr. Wilsbacher, today about a few items, okay? And I'm happy to look at those. We don't need to belabor maybe this meeting by it. If you want to point them out, we can. But I think what we were hoping was to get both drainage and streets approved. I understand there's a few things left. I don't know if you would entertain a contingent approval, that way we don't have to come back to a meeting and everybody, we just kind of get one final thing done. So that's my effort, is to request approval of the drainage for all Lexington. And there's all kinds of this part, that part, that part. So when I mean Lexington, I mean the whole thing. And we would request that we would get that accepted, both for this board and the commissioners.
Just a point of note that we can't accept streets without drainage or vice versa, I think. So Bobby will have something to say at your 4:00 meeting regarding that.
I was just
Council.
curious what the surveyor thought of, what the punch list, what's the punch list?
There's 3 or 4 end sections and a larger sized inlet. Nothing major.
So you have to-
One thing that I don't know, I would like to see, and I don't know if you and I talked about this, Jordan, it coming in new like I have, it was really hard to picture how this thing evolved and what was
Yeah.
part of it, what was not. I would like to see your engineer just do one as-built on the drainage as it
Okay.
is. The rest of it, I mean, that's what's going to be needed 25 years down the road when somebody says that there's a pipe plugged up somewhere.
So could we and you're right, we hadn't talked about this. We actually did a camera which is more than what the county usually asks for. But I thought it was good because who knew, right?
Right.
We did it. We had, I think it was Joe Beard maybe came in and did a camera, and we have that. Bobby might have record of it.
I've got copies of all the footage.
Okay.
There are only a few pipes that were left out, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they're there and in good shape.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we did, through that effort, we did find a couple things that needed, and we went back and fixed it.
Yeah.
And just for the board's history, Lexington is around a 20-year-old development
I think you're right.
because the
beginning.
original developer went defunct. The bank took over letters of credit.
Yeah.
And it's sat in limbo of various stages, and the bank's made efforts to get it to the point to get it complete for the last 7-8 years.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're almost to that point. But to your question about a punch list, the county's inspector was out there last week. They just got the inspection sheets to Dennis and Bobby's office Thursday afternoon. Bobby's off on Fridays. I was off this Friday for medical reasons, and I haven't had a chance to look at anything yet today just because it's too busy. So I think that brings us pretty much up to speed.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. And
I was
the
able to
original-
have a conversation with, I put Bobby on speakerphone with Dennis and Bobby and myself, and I think that they've agreed to do the punch list. And then Bobby said after that.
Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be
There's
another punch list,
There's not actually
Yeah.
a punch list. It's
Just a few
the
items.
approvals that, based on the agreement, that they'll do
Yeah.
these things on the agreement. It's,
and if there is to be another punch list, I haven't been instructed to perform one yet.
I guess.
So these things might be being worked out, as
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yeah, and obviously I'm on this side, right, arguing for our team, okay? We would prefer that there's not an actual punch list because I trust, whether it's Steve, Ms. Sherwood or Mr. Wilsbacher, let's meet out here, these three things, there's the two intersections, put it grade on that one. And we have to make these gentlemen happy, ladies and gentlemen happy, and then contingent upon that in the field, kind of like one fell swoop,
Right.
you know?
I
Short
believe
how
him, and I feel that I put a time frame on it, and he'll get it done, and I'll go look at it, and then it'll be on down the road. So
Yeah, I'm
that file's
okay.
getting like that.
I know, I agree. I'm okay with, my goal was to try to get it done maybe prior to your last meeting in December or something like that. That way, if we had to have something to come back, who knows?
And-
Maybe,
And
me
Molly,
and Dennis get mad at each other and we're throwing hammers in the field and we got to come back,
Molly with the Area Plan Commission, I think there's a couple letters of credit involved. That timetable's getting close.
You know when they are.
There's two of them that are for November 17th, and then there's one of them that's December.
Yeah,
I can't,
we could try to get it done by the earliest letter credit then,
November 17th.
I think so. Yeah, we'll try to
Is
get
that?
prior to
Jordan, Is
that.
that
That'd be
on the roads
wonderful,
or
Jordan.
on the drainage?
I would say both
Both.
because
That would be
the-
great.
yeah, to Steve's point, these small lingering items are really more related to drainage. So I think if we make this decision today, kind of together, I think it's an easier decision for you in the next board because we were really more contingent upon the drainage to accept the streets.
And the sidewalks are a separate issue, not part of this. And I believe.
Thank you for clarifying that.
I
Yeah.
believe the planning commission has already made movement on collecting the letters of credit on the
I
sidewalk.
heard
And then
that.
the county will take that money and have the rest of them built out.
Is this a Bruce Miller?
The older one,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, Bruce passed away and then this is,
it just kind of fell because he passed.
yeah, it
right?
did. And I'll, stick up for the bank a little bit, when they were really dealt with this, I think they could have done exactly maybe what they're doing with the sidewalks now, like just take it. I would tell you that would have been a nightmare for you as the county.
Yeah.
Okay. It would have been a nightmare. And we have done a lot of work. I will say hundreds of thousands of dollars, now they had some lots that they could maybe offset some of that, but I know it didn't completely, I know it didn't offset it,
Okay.
So it was a good thing that this was all, for the county's perspective, good that we did this. But now it's to the point where they're like, look, we got to get this done. We got to get this accepted.
When
Not
the-
pointing any fingers at anybody. Just here we are and we're ready to be done.
When the bank took over on the defaulted loans, the bank tried to recoup a lot of its investment. There were some streets that weren't built where they
Correct.
decided to build 3 separate independent cul-de-sacs
Yep.
and re-subdivide those areas accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the lots were auctioned off and the responsibility to those lots were transferred to the new owners.
Mm-hmm.
And the new owners have not come through, but the bank's holding the letter of credit.
That's right.
Does that pretty much explain?
That
where we're
is,
at?
except I forgot the other one. The true engineer of record retired.
It's no longer in
So
business.
I'm a contractor, a client of the bank, and I'm an engineer. So I'm trying to help him get across the finish line,
And with that map, I mean, I went out there and it took me forever to figure out what the hell was up.
Yeah.
And then I come back and I think I've got it. And then, well, Thornburg Circle does, it's not a circle. And
Yeah.
anyway, after finally getting all through it, 25 years from now, it would be hard if somebody doesn't have a
Yeah.
map.
Yeah.
I've had the luxury of having Steve and his experience and
Mhm.
you and the history, but down the road, Warwick County needs a map that shows it's an as-built.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
Yeah.
I think we might actually already have that. I'll have to dig that up.
Just throw out all all the old stuff is still on there and the
Right.
new stuff is in a kind of a darker ink. I
Yeah.
just want the darker ink and
Gotcha.
nothing else.
Then we could
Pipes.
have a hard copy and a
We have a
PDF
meeting
on the file.
10th,
Yeah.
meeting on the 24th of November. The 17th, right in between. So
Did you want to look at these pictures, Jordan?
Yeah, if you don't
I
mind.
know, I'd
Let's
love
look
to
at
show.
calendars.
Here, you can come
table
up
it
here
till
if you
the
can get through
24th,
there.
or do
There you
wanna
go.
approve it?
This is that area inlet down there where
Condition
all that
upon
water
the
comes.
I'm fine with
And it's just too
for the-
little.
Just for
And
the
it's,
board's information,
it's this
Lexington
water.
is divided into
See how much is
5
coming at it?
sections. all
Comes,
different.
it comes,
Oh,
oh, I'm sorry, it
Couple of
comes
them
to
are
here.
PUDs.
Yeah.
All that comes to here and it
It was
can't
in
get
trouble
in.
before Bruce
And
died.
I can see these neighbors,
He started it
flooded.
in the
Okay.
recession.
Right
hit.
here.
We'll take a look at that.
They had
Just make
different
it-
plans to
just
develop
pop the top off and
condos,
put a bigger inlet with a
single
crack
family
on
homes.
Okay.
it. Looks
less
like it's a
expensive
manhole
single
top.
family
Okay.
homes.
I don't know, but there's just no capacity there.
2008 was
Okay.
that.
And there's no way for it to
Downfall,
float
that
off.
was
Gotcha.
trouble.
Okay.
And the
I think
others
that was
is,
the bubble.
that's that
I
one.
think 2008 got
I know
like,
which one you're talking about.
it was right in the middle.
This is, this one, yeah, there's some broken inlets and that right there bothers me.
Gotcha. Just
And-
get a grade on top of it.
Get a grate that kind of sits down in it, or, you
Yeah.
know, nothing, it don't have to be a teepee or anything like
Right,
that.
right.
And that end section there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a couple broken ones that needs
So
a
letter
little
expires
attention.
on
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
17th.
You can have them if you want
If you
them.
have these, that'd be great. I can take these and get the guy working on
We're
it.
here,
There you
Yeah.
go, Daniel.
Perfect.
10th and the 24th.
Yeah,
The 10th won't really work.
All
no,
right, so
So
we're looking at dates.
Yeah,
So I do want to thank Stacy. She caught me up. I know you called me today. I
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to call you back, but she facilitated and I
Okay.
appreciate that. And so
Great.
I'm up to speed and I think we're good to just on contingency.
Okay.
24th.
We're just looking at
Yeah,
dates
no
now.
gotcha. That's fine.
So Jordan, how does the 24th, that's like a week after the 17th.
That'll
Fine by
be,
me.
because otherwise
Yeah,
it's
so
like
that's my
this.
deadline to complete these items.
Yeah.
And then at that point,
it'll be.
really would just be Dennis would,
My
report back, or-
understanding is that the board may make a motion to approve releasing the guarantee or subject to fulfilling the commitments to
Okay.
that you and the surveyor have negotiated
gotcha.
no later than November 24th.
Okay. And then if we miss that date, well, we rescind it and then we're back into the
Yeah, we
the
could.
original situation.
Well, but you got a little bit of a difference there because the letter of credit may have matured.
Expired,
Yeah,
right.
may have matured.
If it wouldn't be raining, I'd be having my guys out there like tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
And this
understand.
is, that's my intent.
You want it
We
done.
have faith. this is
We
gonna
all
get-
want it done, yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you considering that.
That would put
Do you
that
want to
thing
make
to
that
bed.
motion?
Yep.
At his wording,
Did you get that?
verbiage.
November 24th.
It would be approved today, subject to the completion of the agreed upon renovations
That's
by
outlined
November the 24th.
And for the record,
That's
I don't know if you
fair.
can speak to this or not, the southwesternmost retention basin off to the edge of the woods, is that still under the bank's ownership or has it been sold to an adjoining?
It was sold to the joint property owner who had a desire. It was a kind of an inset into his property at the time. I think it might still be public record, Mr. Bush. And that was negotiated. He wanted that because he didn't want an inclusion into his property. He enjoys deer hunting back there.
I mean,
And the bank said, okay, fine, then that's your ownership.
my question is he aware of his responsibilities as it being a retention basin as part of this development?
He is, but I'm glad you bring that up for the record. I don't think any of us were around at this time, but that was a Corps of Engineers situation for that basin. And it's a no mow, no cut type thing. If you look back deep enough into I remember this, into the documentation, that basin, they don't want you doing anything with it. They want it to grow
Natural.
up. Yes. And I know you guys have some of those in your jurisdiction. They're kind of odd that normally you want that clear, wide open space. But he was aware of what he was receiving when he took ownership of that.
And you'll confirm to Dennis by the 24th, the completion of the agreed upon modifications. And
Yep.
I would suggest it ought to be back on the agenda on the 24th for the surveyor to make a report.
Just to close it out.
If
The
you-
basin is functioning as it should.
Correct. With the gabions there and
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
it's all.
That was a job, I'm telling you.
If you still recall or have any documentation, what you just spoke of, if you could get that to Dennis for
Okay.
his records.
Yeah.
that
In
would be
case it
nice.
ever
That's-
comes up,
Mhm.
because I don't believe he has any of that in his file.
Yeah.
No,
I'll look
that
back
was,
and see
I
if I can
fell
find
into
all
the
that.
thing. It's grown up so well that I literally fell into
I'm
it.
sure. Yeah.
It was dry basin, thank God.
That's right. It was, yeah. Test your swimming skills, right?
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank
All right,
you.
so
Do you
we
need
have
to make a?
motion.
I will make the motion as,
You have it, hopefully. I'll second.
A motion to approve.
Subject to
Subject
the
to-
agreed upon modification, corrections, how's that?
as verified by.
by
Dennis.
November
By
24th.
November 24th.
Agree to the release of the security.
Security.
So motion by
Aye.
Stacy, second by Sarah,
We can-
all in favor.
I,
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Okay.
We can-
Any other things? That it? Moving on then?
Stormwater?
Yep.
Thank you. Just some updates for everybody. The proposed stormwater drainage improvement project at Glenbrook Drive and Field Zone Subdivision Section B. As you recall, JBI was the construction company awarded the contract. I will report to you that within 2 weeks, the entire project's been completed, except for the asphalt patching. As soon as I get that done in the next week or two, I'll be bringing an invoice for release. They did an excellent
They're a
job.
good company, really good.
I had very good communication with the neighbors involved. They were very pleased at how expedient they were and how everything turned out. Next item I have is the upcoming IDEM MS4 audit, which will be next week, November 5th. It involves the MCM numbers 1, 2, 3, and 6. I included a copy of that when I sent the agenda to you, that the MCM stands for the minimum control measures. These are part of our permitting process. So they're going to be auditing us for our public education and outreach, our public participation and involvement, our illicit discharge detection and elimination program, and for the municipal operations, pollution prevention, and good housekeeping. What the good housekeeping applies to is all the facilities that the county owns and runs that are related to this, namely the highway department, Scales Lake, animal control, the parks department over at Freeman Park are all part of the facilities that we have to make sure abide by the good housekeeping measures that IDM promotes, meaning containment of toxic chemicals, fuels, and other issues, that none of it is released into the environment, among other items. And the last item I have, or not the last, but the last one on the agenda, the proposed stormwater rate increase. I have an update. Maury did contact Rhett, and I'll let Maury take it from there.
All I did was sent Red an email of the county council's legal counsel, an email referring to the rate increase, and I copied him with a physical copy of the state statute that says that the county council has to approve, has to vote upon our rate, as do the commissioners as well, because it's part of the ordinance. So it's the commissioner's duty at the end. Rhett was of the opinion, I was told, that the council had no role to play. And therefore it had been pulled from the county council's agenda and they're stalled. And I've not heard back from Rhett since I said that to him last week.
The last item I have came in after my agenda. I did get an invoice from Baker Tilly on the stormwater rate increase study. The supplemental contract was not to exceed $8,500. They told me they did go over that, but they would honor our original agreement for $8,500. Plus, I have a mileage expense incurred, which is allowable per the contract at $263.94. So the total is $8,763.94. That's 8,763.94. I would ask for your approval of the invoice so I can get this paid at this time.
A motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the invoice.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That's all I have, unless you have any questions of me.
Signature. No. Any signature on that?
Oh,
Yes.
want the board to sign it, or you just want me to sign it on behalf of the board? Maury, what would be appropriate?
What's your invoice?
Yeah.
We've never signed them before.
Yeah, usually I sign them and say approved by the board at this meeting on such and such date,
Works for me.
and it'll be in the record.
So I'm back to the other thing. Do we just wait for Rhett to reach out to Maury?
Yeah, I'd like to have
more
Let's give them
time?
to the next meeting.
Okay.
Now, I'm not opposed to someone on behalf of the board reaching out to the county council, the administrator, and finding out if Brett has changed his mind. I haven't heard from him, so I'm at a loss.
Do you want to do that, Steve? Reach out to Crystal?
I can take Maury's email and respond and say.
What's up?
If he has any information we need to know so we can move on.
Okay,
One other thing,
we'll revisit that next meeting.
There's
Sarah
always
Eller,
something.
Sarah Eller is in the office, and she, when we were looking at the Pigeon Creek Watershed Commission, she would have been my choice to be the representative from the town of Chandler. Now, that hasn't, we've decided at this point not to partake in the Pigeon Creek Watershed Association. Someday we may, if they learn how to, never mind, someday Sarah may be. But so Sarah, you're here. Do you have anything you want to talk about? I'm just asking, just here. Okay, thank you. All right, appreciate you being.
Thank you.
Okay. Motion to adjourn,
Make a motion to adjourn.
second. So, Maury, are you a hunter?